Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. For today's video, I'm going to be showing y'all one of my favorite recipes to have for during the week. Now this is great to have on the go, whether you're at work and have it with a cup of coffee. This is going to be a great recipe to have. Now you do want to meal prep this on Sundays so that way you can have it for during the week. We're going to be making breakfast sandwiches that are jam-packed with protein and a lot of veggies, so you do not want to miss this. I know you guys are going to love it. So if you're interested in watching, then let's just go ahead and get into the kitchen. So the first thing you want to do is put your oven on to 350 degrees, and we're going to lightly grease our 9x15 casserole pan. I used some coconut oil, but you can definitely use some avocado oil or some type of pan spray. We just want to make sure that the egg mixture does not stick to the pan. So I already did that. Now what we have here is half a bell pepper that is chopped in dice. I have red, yellow, and orange. I like different colors because it gives lots of vitamins and minerals to the meal. Now I also have 2 tablespoons of garlic cloves that are chopped up. That's roughly about 3 or 4 garlic cloves. And then I also have some turkey bacon that I'm going to chop up to put into the mixture. Now after you make your bacon, whether it's regular bacon or turkey bacon, I usually will take a little bit of paper towels and just blot it so that way any extra added grease is already taken out. Now you can also use beef or turkey crumbles if you like, or if you're vegetarian you could definitely use tofu or just have it be pure veggies. So I'm going to mix this all together, and I'm also going to be putting 5 eggs into the bowl, and I like to do 5 whole eggs. So after the eggs are added, then I will get this all whites carton and then just pour a little bit in there. I'll probably put about 1/4 cup in here, and the reason I like to do this is so that way you want to have some egg yolks, but you don't want to have too many. I also like to add a little bit of milk before whisking. What this does is when you start to whisk, air bubbles will start to form at the top, and you want it to be kind of foamy, and that's going to give you a really nice fluffy egg mixture. Now that's a little tip for you just for future use. And I'm just going to whisk this all together. So I have 2 tablespoons of olive oil into the pan, and what I'm going to do is add the vegetable mixture to the pan. Now what we want to do is soften it, but we don't want to make it too mushy. We want it to have a little bit of that hard texture to it still, so that way whenever we put it into the oven, everything will be nice and thoroughly cooked. So it's cooking right now, and whenever it becomes just a little bit translucent, that's when we'll take it off the pan, and then we'll put it into the egg mixture. Now the next thing I'm going to be doing is adding 2 cups of spinach that's already been cleaned and washed, and I'm going to be throwing that into the pan, and we do want to make sure that that is wilted and cooked through. Now everything is cooked through and it's wilted, and I'm going to take it off the pan and then throw it into the egg mixture. We're just going to mix this through in here, and as you can see, everything is combined together really nicely. So after this, then we're going to put it in our casserole dish. Also, I realized I forgot to add in the onions to the mixture. My bad. So I'm going to be adding those now and then mixing those in. You definitely don't want to forget those onions. That's going to give it a lot of flavor. So salt and pepper has been added to taste. You don't want to over salt this because the last thing you want is super salty egg sandwiches. That doesn't sound too appealing. So after this, we're going to add this into the casserole dish. Make sure it's evenly dispersed. Now I'm going to be putting this into the oven for 30 minutes. You really want to make sure that this is cooked through thoroughly, and I'm going to set the timer on. Right, Bear? Now, there's a big variety of English muffins that are out there. If you go into the bread section, typically they'll have pure white English muffins. If you don't want to choose that, you want to choose whole wheat. Now, the ones that I like are, it's by Dave's Killer Bread. And these are great because it has 21 grains in them, and there's no high fructose corn syrup, no additives, and it's also organic. I always think to myself, if I'm going to have some type of bread, I want to make sure that it's jam-packed with lots of grains that are not only good for you, but they're also low glycemic, which won't make your sugar levels spike up super high. So these are really great. You can get them at HEB. All right, so the eggs have finally come out of the oven. You can see everything is fully cooked through. So now we're going to cut it into sixes. All right, so the eggs have finally come out of the oven, and this is what we have. And I'm gonna be cutting it now so that way we can start stacking it on the egg sandwich. And I'm gonna cut this into 6 slices since 6 of the English muffins come into the package. So I have 3 egg muffins to show for y'all, and the egg is already laid on top of the muffin, and next I'm going to put a thick slice of cheese on top. This is just Tillamook cheddar cheese, and this is thick cut, and I'm just gonna lay that on top and then cover it. And there you have it. This is the egg muffin. It looks amazing, and I'm going to wrap these up in plastic wrap and then throw them in the freezer. Now, one thing to note about these is that whenever you warm them up, you want to make sure that they sit out for at least a couple of minutes to kind of defrost a little bit, and then you can throw it into the microwave for 1 to 2 minutes, just depending on how hot you want it or how frozen it still is. As always, thank you so much for watching, and I really hope y'all are going to enjoy this recipe as much as I do. And if you have any questions, any comments, just be sure to link those down below. And don't forget to subscribe. I can't wait to see y'all in my next video.